Welcome, beautiful people. I am Chev B. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you are subscribed down below. For today's video, I'm about to show you guys how I customize and style this unit from wigginshair.com, and I'm super excited for you guys to see the full process of styling. So this wig is their loose deep wave wig, and it is a 13x4 lace frontal. So I'm doing a quick shed test to show you guys if there's any loose hair in the wig straight out of the package. So I'm doing this shed test before I co-wash. So co-washing is just getting the hair to be fresh, and it's also to get all that loose hair out of it if I'm experiencing any shedding at all. So because the knots on the lace were a little bit too dark, I did do a light bleaching on the lace. So I basically put the bleach on there for like 5 minutes. So I didn't really show it because it wasn't necessary, to be honest. And now I'm just gonna pluck the hair because I feel like it was a little bit too dense in the front. Now this wig was full. For it to be 28 inches and this full, it's super quality. So I did over pluck the front slightly because I overestimated how much, or is it overestimated or underestimated? Y'all, I just overdid the plucking because I really didn't need to do too much in the front, and the hair was so easy to customize. It was easy to pluck. The hair came out, not, I wouldn't say easily, but it wasn't hard. So I just overdid it just slightly, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna fix it. I'm just showing you guys my method of doing that, and it's all gonna come together in the end. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I do, and again, just do it lightly. Just keep checking. Every time you pluck a section, just flip the hair back, brush it back to see where you pluck so you don't get a bald spot. You don't want it to be too thin like it is on the right side. So you don't want to overdo it. So the next step is I'm going to go in with this hot comb, and I always go in with my hot comb to get that professional look. You want to look like you're a professional, you feel me? So you need a hot comb in your life. You can get it on Amazon. You can get them $20 hot combs, or you can go to the beauty supply store. The beauty supply store has them $14 hot combs and mini hot combs. You can use, like, girl, you just need a hot comb. It doesn't matter as long as it's a hot comb. You need it in your life. So I went in with the hair wax, and then I'm going to go in with a hot comb behind the hair lining. Now this is my favorite part of styling a curly hair. Is it's so easy and simple to do. All you need is water. You can use mousse if you want that super defined look, but when this hair dries, I want it to still have that loose look. I don't want it to be too defined. I want it to flow effortlessly and naturally. So I'm just going to go in with this Tresemme serum to put on there, and this is going to help with the frizz so that it doesn't frizz too much. So it will still have its lightweight, loose, wavy look without it looking heavy, but also giving it a gloss. So now for my lace, I wanted to match my complexion as best as possible. I realized that the lace was a little bit too transparent, or light, not transparent, but it was just gonna show a light tone compared to my complexion. So I wanted to make sure that it matches me as best as possible. So I'm a lazy girl. I don't do the ball cap method. I just put on a stocking cap and go. Okay, that is me. I slick back them edges and I'm gonna make it work. So I'm gonna go in with this Got To Be freezing spray, and this is just to help with my flyaways. This is harmless on your edges. That's why I prefer this method. I don't like the glues, and then I gotta use alcohol to wipe the edges, and then it's gonna leave a lining over time around the perimeter of my head. Like, girl, I'm not doing all of that. Like, no ma'am. I'm going with the easiest method possible. So I'm just going to check the wig to see how it is fitting. So the wig was slightly small for me. I wish I went a size up. So you want to be mindful of that. You can check the website to see how to best measure the circumference. Is it circumference? I think it is, of your head, the perimeter of your head, to see the best sizing for you. I went with the medium, but somehow the medium was just slightly small. If it was just like a tad bit bigger, it would have been perfect. So I'm going in with the EVIN spray, and again, this is light on your edges. I don't like nothing pulling and tugging and doing all that around the perimeter of my head. I like something easy and simple where anybody can do. So I spray that under the lace, and I pull the lace forward and use my blow dryer to melt it. So don't mind my little blow dry, okay? I left it on the hot comb and it melted the side of my blow dryer. So y'all don't come for me with that blow dryer, okay? It's been my ever faithful and I'm not letting it go. So now I'm just gonna cut the lace around my ear just to make sure that it lays flat and neat, just going perfectly around my ear. So you just take your little scissors and you do that and you just cut off all the excess lace on the side. So I'm just going to continue to spray the EBIN spray and blow dry all around until I've completed the entire frontal. Now once I've done that, I'm going to use the tension method to melt the lace. So I'm just going to take this elastic band, this wig band that I got at a beauty supply store. You can get it on the website or you can get it on Amazon. They're pretty much everywhere at this point. So I just leave that to dry for about 5 minutes. And then now it's time to cut off the excess lace. Now when you're cutting off the excess lace, you're going to get a little bit of lifting because you're lifting the lace to see where you don't need the excess lace and also where to see the natural lining of your head, because I don't have a widow's peak and a lot of times these wigs have widow's peak. So I do this first to make sure that it looks similar to how my natural hair lining is. So I cut off the extra hair in the front. Now I'm just going to create a little bit of swoops on the side because, as I said, I did overpluck the sides just a tad bit. So creating the swoops is going to help me to disguise that mistake that I did on the side. And also because the wig is slightly small for me, I don't want it to come all the way to my forehead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to go in with the EBIN spray on my fingertips, because if I sprayed it directly on there, because it's wet, it's going to lift it. So I just dab it on my fingertips onto the lace, and I'm going to go back in with the tension method of putting the elastic band on there while I style the hair. So we're just touching up where it needs to be touched up and let that dry for an additional 5 minutes, and then we're going to lift off the band. So now we're going to do the swoops and we're going to do them lightly. We're going to make them work. This is going to help us to disguise the lace in the front. Any mistakes that you made, you just want to do that lightly. You don't want to overdo it. And you're just going to make it work. So this is me just creating some swoops on the sides to help cover my little side situation going on there. And I'm just going to keep on playing with it until it works. So I just sprayed a little bit of mousse onto my edge brush and I'm just going to work the hair in. Just keep brushing and working it in until it lays like it's supposed to lay. Like I'm going to force it to work. Because listen, by any means necessary, it's going to happen. Now I'm going to go back in with my bronzing powder on top of my lace just to get it to look like a flesh tone, like my natural scalp. And this is the end result. Like, girl, this hair is absolutely stunning. It's giving Jada Wada. Like, what? It is absolutely giving, absolutely in love with it. Look at the fullness. Usually, as I said, when you get hair longer than 20 inches, they tend to be on the thinner side, but girl, she was full and she was giving. That is all that I have for y'all today. The details for this unit will be in the description box down below. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see y'all in my next video. Go on, big up on yourself. Bye guys.